Peace, family. Hope all is well. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the Affidavit of Reservation of Rights under UCC 1-308. But first, a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. If you're seeking legal or financial advice, I highly encourage you to seek legal or financial counsel immediately. Let's get into it. All right, family, first things first, okay? This presentation will be available free on my Patreon. The link is in the bio, along with the PowerPoint, so that you guys can go through this more in detail on your own. As you can see here, our table of contents lets you know what I'm going to be covering, okay? Your purpose of the affidavit, your draft of the header, the declarant's information, the purpose of the affidavit, supporting statements, your signature clause, notarization section, and review and finalize your document as you're creating it. All right, let's understand the purpose of the affidavit. The purpose of an affidavit, okay, of reservation of rights is to declare your intent to protect your rights under the UCC 1-308, which allows individuals to reserve their legal rights without waiving them, even when complying with statutory requirements or contracts under duress, such as traffic stops, okay? Let's continue. Step 2, as we draft the header, okay? Use a clear and professional heading at the top of the document, okay? Here's an example of that. Your affidavit, reservation of rights under UCC 1-308 would be a nice header, okay? Mind you, you can name it what you like, okay? But make sure that it is tailoring towards what you're trying to convey. Let's continue. Step 3, include the declarant's information, okay? Identify yourself clearly as the declarant. Include your full legal name and mailing address. Here's an example right here. I, with your full legal name, residing at your full address, do hereby affirm and declare this affidavit of reservation of rights under the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC 1-308, being clear and concise. Let's continue. Step 4, declare the purpose of the affidavit, okay? Explicitly state your intention to reserve your rights under the UCC 1-308. As you can see here, we have another example. I affirm that my purpose in filing this affidavit is to reserve all rights without prejudice under UCC 1-308. I do not waive any rights offered to me under the Constitution, common law, or statutory provisions by engaging in any actions, agreements, or contracts. This is you declaring the purpose. Let's continue. Okay, this one here is a little lengthy, all right? But step 5, provide supporting statements. Add clauses to assert your rights and clarify your understanding of the law. Let's go through some examples. Okay, our first example. By reserving my rights under the UCC 1-308, I retain all protections afforded to me by the federal and state law. Our second example, any compliance with statutory regulations or contracts is done under duress or necessity and does not constitute a waiver of my rights. And our final example here, I object any presumptions that I have waived my rights unless explicitly agreed in writing with full disclosure. Mind you, you can word it however you choose. These are just examples, okay? Let's continue. Step 6, okay? Include a signature clause. Here's where you reserve a section for your signature, the date, and affirmation. All right, let's check out the example here. I affirm under penalty of perjury the laws of the United States of America that the foregoing is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. All right, then you will have your sign right there. This is how you will go about doing that, okay? Remind you can do this however you please. This is just giving you a scope and a guideline, okay, of how you can properly do it with confidence. Let's continue. Step 7, notarization section. It is important that you have this. Add a section for the document to be notarized by a licensed notary public. Let's check out the example. As you can see here, it's quite simple. State of, whatever your state is, whether it be Texas, California, Wyoming, South Carolina, North Carolina, that is the state that you're residing in. County of, what is your county inside of that state where you reside, okay? Below, subscribed and sworn to me on this day. Put in that day. Of, put in that month, as well as the year, okay? And then this is pretty standard for how the notaries will deal, okay, with documents, having the notary public signature, their notary seal, and whenever their commission expires as well. Blah, 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 blah. Stumbling over my words. But as you can see, Fairly simple if you guys have been doing any legal writings or affidavits in this consumer law space. Let's continue. All right, as you can see here, step 8, review and finalize, okay? Carefully review the document to ensure accuracy and alignment with your intentions, okay? Print and sign the affidavit in the presence of a notary public to ensure its validity. This isn't something that you're just going to be able to sign yourself and present. However you can if you are able to stand on it, all right? However, this is not legal advice, but I highly encourage you guys to do this in front of a notary public, okay? All right, family, and our final step here, file or share the affidavit. So depending on your purpose, file the affidavit with the appropriate agency, retain it for personal records, or provide it to relevant parties when necessary. So if you decided to place this in your county by filing in your county, having this document on file prior to any situations that you already have set your intentions, okay? And being able to stand on it makes it a lot easier when your paperwork precedes you, predates you, all right? Let's continue. This affidavit should not be used as a tool to evade the law, okay? It's not to evade lawful obligations, but protect your rights in situations involving coercion, okay? Misunderstanding or potential infringements. Consult with the legal professional to ensure compliance with state laws and specific requirements. So just be mindful and understand how you're going to be able to utilize this document, okay, to reserve and assert your rights, okay? All right, family, I appreciate you guys for sticking with it throughout this presentation, okay? This presentation will be available free on my Patreon. The link is in my bio. Here you have my email if you're interested in becoming a student and just need a little more information. And as you can see here, this is the link to where the Patreon is, all right? It's also inside of my bio. So if it doesn't look like this, do not click it. So having these documents, okay, understanding how to create them on your own, what is needed inside of those things, okay, is going to give you a lot of leverage. It's going to give you a lot of confidence when you're out here dealing in commerce, okay? In my very next video after this one here, okay, I will be enacting a scenario, all right, where the officer is pulling over a civilian, as well as how that civilian is to operate in court when they are dealing with said ticket, utilizing this particular document and asserting it properly. So all in all, I hope this helps. I love you, family. Peace.